So you want to be ahead of the curve, right? If you want to be at the very forefront of the AI revolution by 2026, what skills should you actually be learning today? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the 10 most crucial AI skills that companies will be scrambling to hire for based on where this whole industry is headed. So, let's get right to it. The big question on everyone's mind is this: what are the truly valuable AI skills of tomorrow? You see, the biggest opportunity right now isn't just about using AI for yourself, it's about helping entire companies adopt these brand new AI solutions. So let's dive into what that means for you. We're going to focus on 10 specific skills. And I want you to think of this list as more than just a set of abilities. Really, it's a roadmap for your own career in a world that is just changing faster than ever before. All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. We've organized these 10 skills into 3 really clear categories to make them easy to follow. First up, we've got the core skills. That's all about using AI. Then we'll get into the builder skills for actually creating new solutions. And finally, the strategic skills for managing AI at a really high level. And of course, we'll wrap it all up by talking about your path to mastering this stuff. First up, the core skills. I want you to think of these as the absolute foundation. These are the abilities that pretty much everyone is going to need. They're the most accessible entry points for anyone looking to get started with AI. Doesn't matter what your job is right now. The first, and honestly the most fundamental skill here, is prompt engineering. Look, it doesn't matter what AI model you're using. ChatGPT, Gemini, a video generator, whatever. Your output is only as good as your input. The more explicit and clear your prompt is, the better your result is going to be. It's all about giving the AI the right context so it can actually solve your problem. And this slide gives us a really practical framework for that. The RTCRO technique is a super simple but really powerful way to structure your prompts. You tell the AI its role, you give it a task, you provide the context, you explain the reasoning, define the output format, and you can even give it a stopping point. I'm telling you, master this, and your results with AI will get dramatically better overnight. Okay, from there, let's talk about AI content generation. Now, this is way more than just asking an AI to, write a blog post. This is about creating an entire automated pipeline. The whole goal is to go from a single idea to a completely finished piece of content, like a script, an audio track, and a final video with as little human work as possible. And here's what that pipeline could actually look like. You could use a tool like Opus AI to chop up long videos into short clips, then use ElevenLabs to generate a perfect voiceover, maybe HeyGen to create an AI avatar, and then an AI video editor to stitch it all together. It's all about connecting these specialized tools to create amazing content at scale. And our final core skill is AAO, or AI Engine Optimization. Just think of this as SEO, but for the age of AI. As more and more people turn to chatbots for answers instead of Google, those old search rankings matter a little bit less. The real question is, when someone asks ChatGPT for a recommendation, you want it to recommend your product, right? This skill is all about optimizing your presence online so that AI chat models become a direct source of business for you. Now, building on those core skills, let's move into our next category, the builder skills. This is for all of you who don't just want to use the AI tools, you want to create new systems, new apps, and new automations with them. This is where things get really interesting. A fantastic place to start is workflow automation. This is all about connecting the different apps you already use to automate all those repetitive tasks. Think about automatically generating an invoice the second a proposal gets accepted in your email. And the best part? Tools like Zapier and Make.com are mostly just drag and drop, so you really don't need to be a coder to do this stuff. AI tool stacking kind of takes this a step further. A ton of companies are using AI native tools like Notion AI for brainstorming and Airtable for tracking clients. Well, this skill is about making those separate tools talk to each other, to share context and data so they act like one big, cohesive, intelligent system. And now we get to something that feels truly futuristic: building AI agents. Using frameworks like LangChain or CrewAI, you can literally create automated systems that have both memory, so they have context, and access to tools to actually perform tasks. You could build a financial researcher agent or a travel planning agent that just works on its own. The source material put it perfectly. Think of these AI agents as automated employees. They aren't just tools you command anymore. They are systems that can execute these complex, multi-step tasks all on their own, working for you without needing constant input. Now, for those of you who do code, there's a really key distinction in the tools that are available.
On one side, you have AI coding assistants like Cursor, which live inside your code editor and just help you write and debug faster. But on the other side, you have VIP, or visual programming tools, like Replit, which are trying to build an entire app for you from just a simple text prompt. One assists you, the other builds for you.
Okay, that brings us to our third and final category, the strategic skills. These are the really high-level abilities that are focused on the business side of things. You know, how to integrate, optimize, and oversee AI across an entire organization.
One of the most important strategic skills is called RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Okay, the best way to think about it is like giving a general-purpose AI an open book test, but the only book it can use is your company's private documents. You link the AI to a private knowledge base, and this dramatically reduces errors or hallucinations and makes sure its answers are accurate and grounded in your company's real data.
And here's why that is just so incredibly powerful. With RAG, you can give an AI access to all of your company's internal documents, all your contracts, all your agreements, and all of a sudden you can ask it these super complex, context-specific questions, and it'll give you answers based on your secret sauce, not just the random stuff on the internet. Next up, we have LLM Observability. As companies start using AI more and more, they need to know if it's actually working. Is it worth the money? This skill's all about building dashboards to monitor AI usage, to track the costs, measure the quality of the output, and ultimately figure out its real impact on the bottom line. It's all about measuring the ROI of AI.
And this is just so critical because without observability, companies are basically flying blind. They're, quote, randomly using AI, and it's costing them a fortune. Someone who's an expert in LLM observability can come in, identify what's working and what's not, and optimize the whole system to maximize the benefits while cutting the costs. So, we have just covered 10 incredibly powerful skills, from the core stuff all the way to the strategic. But what's the actual path to mastering them? You know, the single most important takeaway here is that staying relevant in this AI era requires a real commitment to continuous learning.
And this quote just sums it all up perfectly. At the end of the day, who you become is shaped by what you do every day. This isn't about taking some weekend course. It's about building a daily habit of learning. Even just 1 hour a day, compounded over a year, can totally transform your entire skill set.
And let's bring it all back to the central theme of this whole explainer. The single biggest opportunity right now is in mastering one or more of these skills and then helping companies adopt these powerful new solutions. That is where the demand is, and that is where the value is.
So that leaves just one final question, and it's for you. After seeing this whole breakdown of the AI landscape for 2026, which of these 10 skills are you going to start with?